you know plants also excrete like animals? Did you ever realize that? Yes, plants do excrete different types of substances. Some of them are useful to us, some of them are useful to the plants also. So let us see what are all the excretory materials in the case of plants and how they are excreting them out. So talking about excretion in plants, we know that carbon dioxide and water are produced as the respiratory waste from the plants, and the carbon dioxide that is produced is again used for the process of photosynthesis, by means of which it will be evolving out oxygen as the waste product, okay, which is useful to all the living organisms on the earth. Okay, so carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, all these are also different varieties of waste which are released by the plants by the process of respiration and photosynthesis respectively. Okay, so these, how they are sent out, the waste materials, how they are sent out is, there are processes like transpiration and also a process like guttation. We know transpiration is evaporation of excess of the water through the leaves of the plant, is what is transpiration, and guttation is a process wherein the water will be eliminated through the margins of the leaves. Okay, so guttation, and the structures through which these are eliminating the waste products are stomata and lenticels. So particularly the gaseous substances and water are getting eliminated out through the plants. Okay, they are sending them out by stomata as well as lenticels. Okay, then the wastes called the nitrogenous wastes are also produced in the plants, which are eliminated through leaves, barks and fruits. So when the leaves ripen, they fall down, the barks will get peeled off, and the fruits also, when they get ripened, they will fall down. So these fallen down fruits or the leaves also contain the nitrogenous waste in them. In fruits, there are wastes which are called as rhaphides, which are solid bodies, needle-like structures which are found deep inside the fruits. Okay. Then next, talking about these wastes, as I told you, some of the wastes also give protection to the plants, particularly again as the herbivores which will be eating the plants. So when the herbivores, when they eat the plants, their plant parts will taste very unpleasant and they don't feel like eating at all. So that's why the plant is saved and it is not eaten by the herbivores. Sometimes these chemicals may be very, very toxic and they can kill the animals, whatever that are eating also. So this is the way how their different chemicals offer protection to the plants actually. Okay. Then next, some of the ways also help in attracting insects for pollination. We know by the process of pollination only seeds are getting formed in the case of the plants. So this is getting possible because of some of the wastes also which are getting released through the flowers and all, which will be attracting insects for pollination. And also it will be helping in the process of seed dispersal. And also you might know the good example is that of rhizobium. So because of release of certain types of chemicals into the soil by the leguminous plants, they will be attracting this particular bacterium called as the rhizobium bacterium, which will be producing the root nodules and which will be facilitating the plant with nitrogen content so that it can grow better. So that is the way how actually some of the chemicals, the toxic chemicals, are getting useful for the plants. Then next, talking about the different biological substances actually that are produced by the plants can be categorized into primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. So primary metabolites are those which are necessary for the plants for their growth and development. They include carbohydrates, proteins and fats. Whereas the secondary metabolites are those components which are of no use for the plant for its growth and development. So these include tannins, resins, gums, latex and alkaloids. So tannins, they are produced in different parts of the plant, and they are used in medicines and also in leather industry. And examples include the cassia and acacia plants. Cassia and acacia. Resins, so these are actually produced by the gymnosperms within the resinous passages, they are called. Within that, these substances will be released. They are useful in varnishes, and the example here is pinus is the example. Next, talking about gums, we might have seen many a times when you go near big trees, you might see some sticky substance which is oozing out of the bark, and those are the gums. So gums basically they get swollen upon absorbing water, and they're very, very useful as adhesives, binding agents also in the food industry and also in the medicines. Okay, they are very much useful. Then next, talking about latex. So latex actually is a milky white substance that will ooze out, okay, from many of the plants. So the latex that is produced by many of the plants is used in making rubber. Okay, the rubber plant, you know, it is Hevia brasilensis. Okay, in many of our houses we keep it as a croton plant actually, so from which actually rubber is made, and the scientific name is Hevia brasilensis. Okay, next we have is chewing gum. Regularly you might be chewing so many, okay, different flavored gums. So these chewing gums are also made out of the latex that is produced by plants like chicle. Okay, the plant name is chicle, or from sapota. Okay, then some of the plants also help in production of important substances, fuels like biodiesel. Okay, the seeds of jatropha are particularly found to be very much useful in making biodiesel. Okay, so like this, in making biodiesel also latex of certain plants are useful. Okay, talking about the jatropha's latex is useful in making the biodiesel. Particularly the seeds are found to be quite useful. Next, talking about alkaloids. Alkaloids actually, these are used in making medicines in pharmaceutical industry in small portions. But if you take it in larger proportions, they are the drugs, okay, that are there in the present society. So they act as drugs, narcotic drugs. They induce sedation, okay, sleep-inducing one, and they will create hallucinations and so many different things. So let us understand deeply more about alkaloids. What are all the different alkaloids that are used for the medical purposes and all? So one good example is of cinchona, okay, the quinine. That is quinine, okay, from Cinchona officinalis. The name of the alkaloid is quinine, which is an anti-malarial drug. So let us go on and understand more about the alkaloids.